Twitter to access your account. Yeah, I'm gonna do that in the future. Really weird that it just popped that up right now while I'm on Xbox. Probably because I have Twitter connected to my Xbox account. Anyway, so doing the stream as Regan got the aforementioned information for. Basically, I already posted the Super Mimi thread, which is normally just the name of the build, with the preamble of Bronze's build, and then HTPB. But I felt like the crab build was worth sharing with the world. Did you end up checking that out, Regan?
Slightly, not really, too much.
Yeah, it was like
I saw the
it
post.
was like 2 hours of video. In any case, if you go onto the exhibition, you can see the time for crab build, if you would like. Which is very similar to the current build, except it has crab arms, it has a skinner, and it has a crab face on it, a la the Chief Engineer hologram and the Carnivore hologram.
Wonderful.
I thought so. I guess you'd have to search for me, or you could probably...
Did the time for crab and I got it.
Oh, I didn't realize you could search by name. That's convenient.
This is amazing. So good.
Here to entertain, yeah. So I made that. So I basically made the like bare bones of the build yesterday, for the cyclones, because for those not aware, I am currently in the process of crafting cyclones, and it was basically done, but it wasn't like, it was just a shell, it didn't have any weapons or anything. I'm like, you know what'd be cool? What if I made it an actual crab and then took it into Bedlam and whooped around? So I did that, and then I posted that version on the exhibition, and the plan for today is to test out the cyclones. So now that Regan is here, I'm going to boost this crafting because I am impatient, and like 36 hours of waiting is definitely worth 160 coins, so. Boost. Excellent. Alright. So, the moment of truth. Alright, these actually seem to play pretty nice with the position I currently have them in, so I am going to give them a go in the raids today. We'll see how it goes.
Sweet.
But I'm like literally 2 mass away from being over encumbered with this build.
Sounds like you're not over encumbered yet.
Yeah. I spent way too long trying to get the decoy figured out, so. This is cool because I have not used the Aurora in a bit. I have pretty much almost exclusively not used the Nova cabin nor the hot red engine, so this is going to be interesting. I don't really like the way I have the keys set up for the controls. Try this out. Alright, let's try and get super fucking swole. if I did this right, I should be able to basically attack anything behind or in front of me pretty effectively. And if the occasion demands, I can even crab walk sideways. Are you suggesting to me, Regan, that when you tested out the time for crab build, the first thing you didn't do was put it into leg mode and see how it looked walking sideways?
No, I tried to climb the building with the Skinner.
What's even the point of making a crab, Regan, if you're not going to walk correctly?
I could have a crab walking on the roof of us.
I see the enemy.
Well, I'm officially...
Doesn't look like it's walking right now.
Nah, gotta go fast. I am officially chonky though, almost 12,500 power square.
Well,
So much power, Regan. It's so good at fucking stuff up. This is very nice. This might be my new raid build, presuming it's durable enough to like actually live through the raid.
it's doing a good job so far.
Yeah, so
Very
far.
good.
Let's see.
Super fun build. I'm a fan.
Another enemy destroyed.
Looks like our teammate is running the wall hack radar, which is very
Sweet.
End of the line. Good today. Nice one.
Did you end up reading through the Steel Championship patch notes?
I took a quick skim through it. I saw the tacklers got a buff, I think it was.
Nah, nerf.
Nerf, oh.
Yeah, they're increasing the what was the word? I think minimum spread.
Okay. And then Hover, Big Rams also got the nerf, right?
Yeah, they got a pretty big power score nerf, which I mean about fucking time. And there's still going to be less power score than the ML200s and perform better. So
Well,
I feel like more would be reasonable.
so it's a start. Yeah, those were the only two like changes that I noted or stood out. It's super cool to hear that Steel Champions is coming this week, I think.
With the next update, yeah, I don't recall what the date was. Might be this week.
I thought they mentioned it later this week, but I was reading through it.
I mean, they do updates on Thursdays, right?
So we'll find out then. Huh. Any other
Put
big
all
stuff
your
coming?
Tusk skill practice.
Exactly. Go great until it doesn't, register.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically what I suspect it's going to come. I don't think people are going to bother trying to score the ball. They're just going to fucking ram each other.
Oh yeah.
Not that I have a problem with this. In any case, yeah, no, those were those were the two biggest changes, the ones that affect you and me the most. But they're buffing some damage values on cannons and the kaiju. It's interesting because they said they're looking at buffing most weapons that got negatively impacted by the reload change, but they only buff like 3 weapons, and it's like half of total weapons that run reload, so I don't know if they're just going to roll out more or they didn't include all the patch notes or what.
Yeah, the Tempor also got a increase in speed, right? Something like that?
Yeah, that wasn't part of the reload rework though, that was just as like a general polishing.
Yeah, just one that popped into my mind when I was thinking back on it. But still don't think I'll use them too much.
Probably not. I've debated scrapping them in the camber wheels. I mean, I don't use it for anything.
Yeah.
Like, I use the camber wheels for the sea urchin and that's it.
True.
And the sea urchin is pretty much just a meme build waiting for me to get the last big train clown, so.
You got other wheels you can like toss on them instead?
Well no, but once I'm done with the build I can get rid of them basically without penalty.
Okay.
Because like half the point of the build is being able to suckle over to the ground to be immobilized, right?
Yeah.
So I just, wouldn't use the build.
Makes sense though.
Cyclones are working out quite nice so far though. I didn't realize how ass their turn speed was, but I'm on, legs, so turning is sort of a non-issue.
I'm glad to hear it's going good so far. This is the easy one, right?
This is the hard raid.
Oh wow. Okay, big difference. Yeah, this is super good.
I am a little worried about the tower getting janked, but this build can go 90 kph at least for the time being, so.
Yeah.
Should be okay to intercept most of them. Which is, yeah, actually that's another part of the update. They are nerfing the Nova and the Boulder's cabin speed by 5 kph, but I don't think that's going to make a huge difference, honestly.
Okay.
Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't flip. Did you just see that?
I didn't. What happened?
Oh, I like clambered down the wall and I thought I was going to flip, which is kind of a no big deal since my weapons are on the top and bottom anyway, reversing the direction means I can still fire both of them. But, yeah, I just like managed to crawl down the slope instead.
Sweet. Grab the LP. tower in time as well?
Yeah, well the big thing is, for the most part, I don't think the bots will target the tower if we're here and if we actively attack them. So, me just being basically a body over here before they did too much damage to it should be alright. Likewise, whenever they spawn in, when I see them when we cross over, I try and shoot at them to draw their aggro.
Okay.
Because again, I think they prioritize us.
It definitely seems that way, yeah.
Thanks for saving my bacon.
Still not 100% sold on having the cyclones underneath the build, to be honest. Because if they're like closer underneath me, I can still engage them, obviously, which is very convenient. But if I put them on the top, I'd be able to see over and shoot and cover a little bit easier. And then if I'm on like a sloped hill, I'd actually be able to shoot them, because there's been a couple times where I can't just because of the angle. But
You could always swap them next round, see what you prefer.
yeah, well the problem then is that I'm worried that if they get too close to me, I'm not going to be able to shoot with the cyclones. I'd only be able to attack them with the Aurora, and then having the Aurora undermounted, it also only has like 300 durability compared to like the 500 of the cyclones. So it'd be a lot more vulnerable to getting like shot off or meleeed.
Yikes. Yeah.
So I think I will give it a go, but this is probably the lesser of two evils. I mean, like I said, still fucking slapping them. Like,
Yeah, no, this has been a super nice hard raid.
Keep up the good work. Let's see him try this barefoot. Keep up the good work.
So now you got the cyclones. Got any for other weapons or?
I mean, this was like half of my money.
Fair.
I did have very briefly have offers in to pick up a couple of mandrakes and 37, 39 adapters, because I am interested in doing builds with those again. But I put in the offers, and then I kind of like glanced at me only having like 5k left, and then I was like, but with the lack of the reload booster, it's gonna suck compared to before, and I don't have the flywheel yet. Maybe if I get the flywheel, I can entertain the possibility of it, but in the meantime, I figure it's probably just best to leave, well enough alone, so.
Okay.
Was being a bit lame in that regard, I suppose, but.
So, always good to have some money left over. Ever know when cool paints or stuff will come out?
I mean, whenever they do, they're fucking crowns, so it doesn't matter, but. Alright, I don't feel like this is any better, but I'll give it a go.
Okay.
Oh, all raids reset. What am I doing? Hopper. Oh, funny. It is literally the same map, the same enemy type. It just changed which rewards it was.
Oh, oof.
I mean, it's not bad though. Electronics are cool. Always need more of those.
True.
Yeah, I'm not so super sold on this, but we'll see how it goes. Well, just the two of us so far, so I guess this will be a true metric of testing the abilities of the CrabClone.
Yeah, sounds like it. Last match went pretty good, so I
Yeah.
think it'll be good as well.
Well, we did have the triple Helios guy, and they did die
Bad guys
like
incoming.
a few times, but having multiple legendary plasma is a certainly not a disadvantage.
I got hurt. Good job, lad.
Another thing I'm potentially going to have issues with is because of how fucking wide this build is on maps like the shipping container one. Might be a little difficult to navigate. Now, mind you, I can just like crab walk sideways everywhere, but that is like literally half the speed of my so
I was about to say, sounds like the build's ready for that, you know? It's able to get through.
yeah. Regardless of however I end up doing the weapons, though, I'm quite impressed with the way the build has turned out so far. Managed to get more or less the shape of the crab, have more or less all the structural parts I wanted on it, and like it's basically as fully armored as it can be.
I know, it came together really nice. It's nice looking over and seeing just together and crab, you know? Vibing.
Great shot, brother.
So aside from the turn speed, you liking the cyclones?
I mean, they kind of slap, yeah. I mean, granted, I
Got
knew
that DACA.
yeah. Well, like I knew when I made when I started looking at making the cyclones. Like I said, like there's only 3 non-reload trials that I still have for legendary weapons. And one of them is shotguns, which, as you may recall, I messed around with a little bit, and like they were okay, but again, not really my niche. And the other 2 are the grenade launchers, the retros, and the cyclone, and they're both extremely popular raid picks, as you've seen, for their effectiveness, and apparently in clan war for much the same reason. So, you know, I kind of knew going into this that it was going to probably be quite the fucking beast, and I'm very happy that it has A, not disappointed, B, how well it actually ended up being, because, like, I mean, I literally didn't die until the boss last match. Like, that's pretty crazy, especially because it's not, like, meant to be a tanky build, it's meant to be a as much damage as possible build that also happens to be, you know, tanky. So
Yeah. I'm happy to hear it's going good.
yeah. Well, mind you too, like I still have less HP than your build, but having the frontal shield is just super clutch because, like, you know, it blocks up to 3,000 burst damage every 6 to 20 seconds, depending on if they pop the shield or not. They really haven't been consistently popping it, so like it's on a 20-second cooldown, but like I kill things fast enough that for the most part it doesn't matter.
Sweet.
Yeah, the cyclones on top might be a little bit better for PvP, but I think for the purpose of raids, I'm just gonna keep the cyclones under slow.
Okay. At least it's you know, an easy update to make.
Yeah. Well, I already saved the other one in the slot, so all I have to do is reload it.
Oh, okay. Even better.
Because I did have to mess around with some frame stuff as well. And obviously I did, like, I already did some editing of this build today because I, you know, got the cyclones and slapped them on. Jostled some stuff around, so I don't care to do the whole, you know, undo enough times to hopefully get to where you want to without undoing too many times.
Yeah, makes sense.
Dummy effective. Just so good. The fact that, like, it's an autocannon, which means that it has blast damage, so I knock off more than one part with every shot, is just, like, pure bonus. Because I've basically been using it like a machine gun and focus firing the cabins, because it still just does such a disgusting amount of damage that kills them fast enough without having to try and go for parts. If I want to go for parts, it is more than capable of doing that as well.
Sweet.
Remind you too, the silliest thing perhaps about this build is that it's not even the highest power score that it could be.
Oh, is there updates coming down the line?
I don't think so, because like currently I'm using the gas gen because the Nova has a little like 2x2x8 nook in its back, like basically a double wide cockpit.
Yep.
So I'm just using the gas gen rather than the Apollo because it's lighter, and I mean this is already like a medium type cabin. It's not really able to carry like, you know, like another 10,000 kilos like the other heavy builds are able to. But I could theoretically swap that out for an Apollo, which would add, I think, like 500 power score, and then I could slap on another module, which depending on what it would be, could be another, like up to 500. So it's not like it's going to kick it into 15,000 or anything unless I slap on like a fuck ton of hovers, but I don't exactly have a fuck ton of hovers either, so. Plus I don't...
Flying crab sound interesting. I'll give you that.
Well, it's not really crab at that point though, then is it?
Yeah. Make it like a UFO shape.
Yeah. I'm also not terribly interested in any way. I don't feel like it synergizes as well. Plus then I'd be slowed down. Although mind you, with the Nova speed decrease, like, it's gonna be more restricted anyway. I'll keep going 90 kph while I can. Pretty fucking sexy. Yeah, no, I did the build yesterday, where I did the background, talking about like sort of like what I was gonna do for the build, and that ended up turning into like a 40-minute rambling about like how the Nova is quote unquote a tank class cabin, and like how it doesn't like really tell us how the cohort cabin perk works at all, so it's a mystery on if it's actually good or bad. And then it was like a 40-minute video. I'm like, I should probably just make this a separate video at this point. And then the next video was the whole hour thing of actually building it, where I mucked about in Bedlam as well for the first time.
Oh, okay. Which is, or what is that again?
It's the free-for-all game mode, so you queue with literally anybody and everybody.
Okay.
From my understanding, because I hadn't done it before, it is like technically competitive, but because it gives no rewards, people just kind of use it as a place to chill. And that's what I've seen primarily on Reddit as well with builds and stuff there. So that's what I did. I just brought a unweaponized crab build into there, and I got a lot of honks from people, which I'm going to take as good. So.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think probably
sounds like it was a good time.
Yeah. I think probably the biggest disadvantage if I did decide to use hovers is I think they honestly cost more mass per tonnage that they give than the big rams. The big rams are already pretty fucking efficient, so I don't think... I honestly literally might not be able to use hovers on this build without taking off a lot of armor.
Yikes, okay.
I'd poke around with it. After all, we've got that third wave. Looks like the boss has scoop things again.
Can't say I'm a fan.
Kind of weird. If you want to try and avoid the boss and deal with like the little guys, because alright, never mind.
It's okay, I got that. Solid. No help. I can respawn if needed.
Well, I was gonna say, like, the entire thing of what I was getting at is I don't think I'll need help with the boss, and if it's going to like destroy you that quickly, it might be better if you just try and stay alive. Evidently, you didn't have much of a choice in the matter.
I was trying to get behind the stuff. Just didn't go 'cause it's too good.
Okay, well, the boss is begun, so this should be... If they don't pop anything. So good. Fucking spark weapons just get peeled away. Like a hot knife gun through butter.
Wow. Drones OP, got it.
Well, just the barrier, arguably. But I mean, if I just went in radius of it, it would be not as much of a problem. Get the little guy going. So fucking good. I just 1v1'd a boss in harder like. God damn.
Crab build, the best build.
Oh, I forgot to swap back to scavengers, so I haven't been getting reputation for them.
Yikes.
That's like 30,000 a rep I'll never get back.
I can switch back now though and start it.
Shame. Alright, load under slung. I'm gonna just try slapping on the hovers just for lulz.
Okay.
I really don't expect much of it. Each of the big rams is like 2 hovers worth. Yeah, it is a bad idea.
Okie dokie. Sticking with the big rams then?
Probably, yeah. Like, it hovers so low to the ground that, like, the cyclones just can't even aim up.
Yikes.
Doesn't help that the build is friendly. Plus, only going 75 versus 90 again. Kind of a tough sell. Mind you, it goes 75 in all directions, which is pretty sweet.
Big rams seem to do a pretty good job.
They are so disgustingly overpowered, and I can't believe it's taken them this long to nerf them.
Yeah, at
They're
least
so good. And they aren't even really nerfing them. They're like, yeah, we're giving you what, like. So this build would have 600 less tonnage, but I'm pretty sure I'm already over by more than that. I'm at, what, 15,500? Yeah, they could take away a full 1,000 tonnage and I'd still be fine. And they're only taking away 600 across 6 different legs. Like,
they had the crab build in mind, you know? Wanted to keep it running.
yeah, I saw me post it yesterday. They're one of my 3 views. They're like, oh shit. Better not take this away from the boy. He just spent like 2 days crafting cyclones.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't even fucking spend 2 days crafting them. He rushed them after spending 2 days crafting the purples to craft them.
Spent all that coin, you know, rushing them. Gotta let him like keep it.
That's it. That's the devs. They simp for me and my 160 coins.
I'm convinced.
Not gonna lie, this might actually, I don't think I've said this before, this might actually literally be Clan Wars viable.
Uh-oh. Doing Clan Wars now?
Oh, well, I'm not saying that, but...
Her Clan Wars viable?
But...
Yeah, do you need like a full, like, team to do that? 4 people?
Clan Wars, yeah. So. I mean, of course, I know that, like, a lot of games will allow you to play, like, for instance, tournaments while you're a person down, but I don't know if this game allows you to keep with less than 4 people for it. I kind of
Okay.
Also, admittedly, you don't exactly have a Clan Wars ready build, and if you did, it would not be bad.
It's okay, I got that fire dog. Yeah, no.
Well, honestly, like the Tackler Spider, like one of the reasons they're saying they're nerfing the Tackler Spiders is literally because of how powerful they are in Clan Wars for their cost. So you could
Oh my
probably
God.
make a Tackler Spider. Mind you, you really want to get a Gas Gen and an RN Seal.
Yeah, because I got the 6 of the ML200s, I believe. I
Yeah,
had
should
some
be enough.
seals at one point, but I believe I used them for crafting the harvester. So I'd
Sounds
probably
about
have to
right.
pick up that again. Gas Gen, haven't had it all. So.
Well, theoretically, the Apollo is just the better option because again, there's no power score limit to it. But I mean, an Apollo costs 8,000 to 9,000, and a gas gen is just 1 to 1,500, so a hell of a lot easier to rationalize. Especially for it's just a difference of 100 moves.
Yeah.
Find another one.
But I do wonder, mind you, we also don't have 4 clan members, which is kind of the biggest stop anyway. But like, I think the bottom 2 tiers of clans don't give any rewards, and then after that, there's obviously increasing amounts and increasing weekly limits dependent on your tier. But I feel like even if we could get like just to the lowest rung that rewards points on wins, like that's still, I want to say like a few $100 a week,
Ooh, sweet. Okay.
which obviously isn't bad. Like apparently it's the most lucrative way to get money end game once you can afford to enter into it, and then get the like 150 uranium a week. But like obviously we're not at that stage, but if you got some, might work.
Yeah.
Might work. Plus the clan war schedule, to my knowledge, is like the limit is once a week as well, so it resets on weekends, which means we could like don't need to worry about that except for the weekends.
Sounds like it could work pretty good.
Yeah, might need to look into that. I mean, we do technically have 4 people, right? But Stuart and Prodigy don't play, so.
Yeah.
And if they did, their like highest build is probably 9,000 each. And they don't even have the ability to make attack with spiders, so.
Stuart had spider legs, didn't he?
Actually,
you just
you're
have
right. Yeah, Stuart would be able to.
Could also potentially like look online for people to join.
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly an option. I don't know how big a fan I am of trying to pick up randos. Just a lot of
So,
energy and effort to try and vet people and then try them out and then hope schedules line up and that they aren't like shitheads or racists or sexist, especially, on Xbox.
that's fair.
Just raids today for you?
Yep.
Okay. So, presuming that Prodigy is the single viewer of the stream right now, which seems likely considering how I literally added him the link when he said that he was free today, might be able to hop to Siege after this. Rather just procrastinate some more on getting done with people. Flex hours, baby! Clock 24 of them on Saturday, Sunday. Let's go.
Best of luck.
I don't need sleep, I need more video games.
I see.
Remember, it's considered an addiction if it interferes with your other daily day-to-day duties. But it's not interfering with daily day-to-day duties if I'm just playing with Prodigy one night a week because he's only available for like one night a month.
Yikes.
This is good situation adaptation, not bad, I promise. Or who knows, maybe it's the devs here to simp on my build. Understand. They saw the Maruka in my 24 and they're like, they can make a helicopter, but what else can they make? Cretaceous creatures? Gotcha. Sorry,
Got this,
no,
you
the
got the sea
crustacean, not
urchin, you know?
Cretaceous. Cretaceous was the dinosaur period one.
Can make a dinosaur build. Like, I'd say
You're
go for
right.
it.
There's that dude who has the, what is it, the Grampy Rex or whatever?
Yep. Yep. It's so good. Best build. One of my favorites. It's yeah, so good.
But you're right, no, I got the sea urchin. I could get a whole fucking
Ocean creatures.
yeah, I want to say marine biologist, but that's like a job title. It's not a... Get a whole marine section. Get a whole page. Sell these blueprints online. Get rich and famous and buy more blueprint storage just for me to make more builds.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the dream, Regan. I spent like 2 hours at like 2 a.m. trying to figure out what decor I wanted to use on this build. If I can get paid to do that, I'll do it all the do.day.
Could toss those planters on them. Like seaweed, but not really.
You're right. Actually, they might actually weigh too much, to be honest. So the decor I ended up going with is literally like the most efficient reputation bonus per mass available for each tier. Just so that fits, because I'm, like I said, I'm literally 2 kilos from being immovable, effectively.
Sounds like you got 2 kilos you can add on.
No, it's only 1. If you hit the limit, it immediately like maxes you. It halves your acceleration, and I don't even know if you can join raids. I know if you're over it, you can't, but yeah, you still get the speed deficit for being at the limit.
Yikes. Sounds like you got 1 kilo you can add on.
And I also have the ability to fuse things in theory too. I'm just lucky that the Nova cabin comes pre-fused, like from the Doomsday Car Battle Pass. It came pre-fused with the minus mass. It doesn't have plus max mass limit, but that's fine because with only 6 big rams, it doesn't even, like I wouldn't even be able to reach it anyway.
If you were to fuse stuff, would it be like the autocannons or?
I mean, that's the most expensive part of my build, so probably not.
Fair, fair.
I'd probably want to look at fusing the big rams, because I can shave, they're about 800 kilos each, which is up, like, the Cyclones are about 540 each, and if I can get like each of these fused for minus mass, it's 17% of that, which is like 150 kilos.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Plus then I could theoretically get, like damage resistance or something on them as well, which would be nice, or like power cost or tonnage, although tonnage again doesn't really help in this situation unless I refuse the cabin for mass, which is extremely unlikely because I'm certainly not at the, you know, if I'm still crafting legendaries to save myself like 1,500, 2,000 coins, I'm not at the stage where I'm going to be fusing fucking legendaries together. Especially not multiple times to gamble on stuff. Maybe if there was like a fusion event again where it reduces the cost, I might look at scooping up one other Nova and trying it just to see if I could get plus mass. But at the same time, again, if they're staying away from doing the fusion events in favor of crafting now, then like there's no way in hell, because the non-tradable cabins and items from the battle pass are non-fusible in that you can only use them for the fusing, not the crafting. But that boss kind of fucked us up. This homie is definitely good. So do we want to bank on Big Daddy Flex respawning? Do we want to call it a rip raid, or do we want to respawn? Because I'm okay with just letting it end.
We haven't lost our one this week yet. Fine to watch it go. Hope for the best. I think
Actually,
that's
you know what? Nah, I'm gonna find out if this build is actually super OP.
okay.
If I can solo a boss. with 4 people instead of 2 people.
Exciting.
Chilly last night. I don't get it, yo. What is it with people running relic weapons and their, like, unwillingness to respawn?
Gotta save stocks or something. Can't waste it on respawns. Got relics to buy.
Don't need those wins every week. Oh, my stuff. Going to go play ranked, unranked and siege. Alright, sounds good, Project. I'll catch you there pretty soon. So I guess the answer is no. The CrabClone cannot clutch up for a 1v4 hot raid, which seems fair. I mean, it still sucks. Thank you, teammate, for not respawning. Okay, and then the easy raid. It's funny because this build actually goes about as fast as my Dreadnought build. Obviously it's not as like super like full force forward or anything, but I can probably run pretty much anything other than the escort mission, since I can wedge the boss now that I know. I can probably run anything faster with this than with the Dreadnought because they go about the same speed, and this is obviously a fuck ton more powerful.
Okay.
Which is sad, leaves the question of what niche is my Dreadnought to occupy now?
That one that I can't think of at this moment, but there's that one that it fits perfect.
Hilariously, in other news, my inventory value went from like 60,000 to 70,000. Or sorry, not 150 to 170 with the crafting of this. So I'm gonna assume that it uses the buy price of things rather than sell, because I definitely didn't save like 5,000 coin compared to like buying them. It was like I said, maybe 2. Crab build, baby! So good. Such a fucking meme. It's lovely. Like it's like an actual legit useful build that I also just made a a fucking crab. Like,
Yeah, it works hella nice.
it'll be my first functional semi-art build rather than semi-functional art build.
No, it works really good.
This thing has so much force just driving around at 90 kph that any of the bots that hit my train pod just immediately disintegrate.
Perfect. Grab is too bad. Destroys all ones.
Damn it. It's too fucking cheap. Yet I still get caught by a capcan. 17,000 kilo build traveling 90 kph. why would a metal harpoon not stop it? It's baby effort.
You're, yeah, I guess. Didn't they add something that you're supposed to drive out of
What?
a while back? I might be thinking of the other one.
You're super quiet.
Yikes. I was saying, didn't they add something that you're supposed to be able to drive out of them or something like that? But I think that was one of the other ones.
No, it is, I think, supposed to be a thing if you're driving fast enough or if you have enough mass, but the actual execution of it seems inconsistent.
Okay.
Also, it doesn't help that I don't actually know what the values are, nor do I think they announce what the values are for, like, the speed or mass you have to be going for it to, you know, ignore it. Well, the thing is, I think it still triggers, but then you just, like, snap it.
Yeah. So I know it does happen with the Skinner, because I was still using it when it came out.
Yeah, very rarely, though.
Yeah. Yeah, considering you can, like, Spider-Man around the maps with it. It's not the most consistent, but...
Well, I think it primarily snaps when it's in between, like, players, rather than between the player and the environment. Because the environment probably has infinite mass or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Also, for the sake of making this build, I actually googled what crab rank moves are, and they sound fucking amazing. Do you know what they are?
I do not. I've never heard of that in my life.
Okay, so there was a meme that said, and it's a dude standing at like a whiteboard or like a presentation board or something, and it's like, in summary, I'm a slut for crab rank moves, and of course, haha, funny. That's where I remember it from. Oh no, I got my gas jam.
Still move.
Embarrassing. Now I'm
Crab still lives.
I mean, I'm still walking around, like, I'm still skittering around. But apparently it was in, like, other media as well, and that's not where it started. But in any case, I looked it up, and it is a crisp dumpling filled with crab meat, cream cheese, and vegetables.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it sounds fucking awesome. So, next time we plan a dinner, I think I'm going to have to see if there are any places that offer crab rangoons. I presume they're more of an appetizer than like an actual meal, but
sounds like an appetizer.
But I mean,
a very, very good one.
But also, like me getting an entire full size of nachos at Boston Pizza, so I decided to go home. So.
The Vancouver Fish Company at Granville Island has really good fish dishes.
Okay.
So.
Is that your Seji? We go all the way to Granville?
Granville's great. I love going there. So I'm game. Their food is so good. I've only been
island
there.
though, which leads me to believe it's a bit of ways.
Nope. It's if you're at Science World, you can walk there within an hour. There's also mini like ferries that you can take there, or just straight buses.
Okay.
But
for the record, I don't consider an hour walk close by. But
yeah,
there's buses, then obviously that's a little bit easier.
It's a very nice walk in any case. Yeah, no, it's Granville Island's great. A lot of fun. Fish Company is some of the best seafood I've ever had. I've only been there a few times with my parents, but they have this calamari, but it's Hamble shrimp, and it has a black squid ink aioli, I think it is. It's like the best thing I've ever eaten.
I'm sorry, none of that makes any sense to me.
That's fair. It's
That's right.
fancy
I'm
calamari.
glad that you enjoy it.
Yeah. So, could try looking there for the crab stuff.
Alright, well I think that is us done for here today. So I'm very impressed with the way this build has turned out. So
yeah,
I think I will end the stream and yeet it up on Reddit, and then yeah, go play Siege and Shirk doing work. I only need to get like an hour worth of work done today, so I can fit in somewhere, I'm sure, probably.
Mhm.
Then I'll fuck around with the CrabClone some more tomorrow.